Responding instead of reacting is one of the most important things you need to exercise in your life. When you react, when you give something an emotional reaction, you're you're giving it power. You're giving it power, you're giving it energy. It's like you're basically fueling it, fueling its existence. You know, if you don't react to something, if you don't argue with someone, it doesn't exist. If you don't argue with someone on a topic, that it doesn't exist. If you don't react to something, it doesn't exist. And you need to kind of you need to extrapolate this to your own world. Maybe like your if you're trying to shift your paradigm, you know, if you're trying to shift your paradigm, your worldview, then you, instead of reacting to things in reality that isn't conducive to that paradigm that you want to shift into, then don't react to it. Because the world is gonna try and create balance, equilibrium with your internal state and external state. If it sees that your internal state is abundant and that's not what reality is reflecting, it's gonna try to beat you back down into that state of lack, you know. Damn, my arms are tired, man. Need a tripod. But it's gonna try and put you back into that state of lack of not having. And if you react, you're just gonna solidify that reality even more. You're gonna solidify that world for yourself. You know, if you let the world control you, if you let the if it's like that saying of when people get you angry, right? Whoever angers you is your master. You know, if you let the world get you frustrated, if you let the world get you upset or angry or whatever, then the world is your master. Like the world is controlling you. You know, you're not the one in control. The world is in control, and the world will just you don't want what the world wants to give you. You have to demand what you want from it. You demand what you want, and have that mental firmness that you'll get what you're asking for. That's all I wanted to touch on. Just when things do happen, respond to it. Don't react to it. Responding, like taking a time. It's basically just pausing, taking a pause and seeing whatever's happening for what it is. See the situation for what it is. You have to have a high level of awareness. This is what I do when things are happening, things that would get me to react. I feel that emotion. You never not experience the emotions, right? You experience the emotions, and then I separate myself from the emotions, right? I'm experiencing anger. I feel this. I feel that. Then just sit with it. Don't judge it. Don't try to suppress it. Nothing. Just sit with it. Observe it. And by the time you've come to a point of you've acknowledged it, now you're observing it. Now you've separated the emotion from yourself. And now you can kind of see okay, this person said this. I think this is why I'm angry. What else? What else could this mean? You know, you keep going to the deep rooted meaning. You don't start reacting, flipping the tables, flipping the bins, throwing bins at guys' heads, like chopping guys' legs off. Like, you don't just start reacting, you respond. You respond. This is what you call responsibility, man. Responsibility. And this is also what this is like the philosophy of the Stoics, to kind of see everything for how it is outside of yourself and internally keep that peace, keep that self-security, yeah, self-security inward. So then, even if, because I don't want to say this, because it sounds very like, it just sounds out of pocket, but this is the truth, that reality is just an illusion. It's just a delayed form of consciousness, right? Reality is an illusion, and essentially you have to be moving in faith, moving from the standpoint of who you are or who you want to be. Move from the standpoint of who you want to be. Don't look at it from far off, like, oh, I want to be this. Think, I am this now. What would I do now in this moment if I had that, if I was that person? Think from that standpoint, and you'll be able to have that high level of awareness. You'll be able to respond and not react. If you made it this far into the video, subscribe. And if you have any questions on what I've said, if anything wasn't clear, then comment, please. I want to know if like if you've actually found something useful from this. And check out the description as well for other products. There's a guide for there's a fitness guide in there. There's also a community to join too, and we'd really love it if you would join. Yeah, stay blessed in that.